Hello, everyone. I am really confused, like a lot of us are, with these comments and these headlines and all these fake videos and AI. You don't know who's real or what's real or what's um, being intentionally misinforming us citizens and anybody. Because we live in a world where there's labels on everything. You know, you are this, you are that. We're not just people anymore. We are one thing or another. That's why you're never going to have unity, and and it's always going to be division because it's too many labels. You're either a Muslim or a Christian or a Jew or Israelite or Hebrew or Palestinian. I mean, or either you are an American or European or African. We just, and either you are a Trump supporter or Biden supporter or Democrat or Republican. And they won't let you just be you. Yeah. And that's why a lot of us are really confused because we don't understand labels, because we don't have labels. In our mind, we just people, you know. And but of course you have to approach people on what they want to be known as. To me, you're just a person. And and when it but I am concerned about uh just like why are black people supporting a known racist? Why is anybody supporting a racist? Because racist has taken on different meanings, and to a group of people that had been uh, prejudiced against for over 400 years, it doesn't make sense to a lot of us. So we're trying to figure out why is this happening, and it's numerous examples, but here in the epoch epoch times, it explains. We're talking about this that happened a few last week sometime, where this Michaela Montgomery, she made headlines hugging Trump, and okay, woman who went viral for hugging Trump at the Chick-fil-A explains why black voters support him. Okay, that's what I'm talking about, labels. You know, uh, we support, and that's another thing. Black people support people that are going to treat that are going to be treated right, whether it's Democrat or Republican. If a Republican got up there and started saying all these good things, how they going to treat black people and everybody, you know, the labels. Um, we would. Why would we vote for them? I mean, come on. I mean, well, you have idiots on everywhere. But this is what it's said. And we're going to hear it first, and then we're going to talk about it.
Hugging Trump at Chick-fil-A explains why black voters support him. A woman who recently went viral for hugging former President Donald Trump at a Chick-fil-A in Georgia and telling him not to worry about dishonest media coverage has revealed why she thinks black voters are increasingly backing the former president in the upcoming election. President Trump met with supporters at the restaurant in Atlanta earlier this week, with a video capturing the moment that Michaela Montgomery, a political consultant and founder of Concert the Culture, expressed her support for the former president. "I don't care what the media tells you, Mr. Trump. We support you," she says in the video, with President Trump giving her a smile and a hug in response. Later, as the video of the encounter went viral, Ms. Montgomery sat for an interview on Fox News, in which she explained why black voters are increasingly flocking to the former president. "They feel like he's honest. They feel like this is somebody who, while we might not agree with how he says things, how he goes about things, at least he's telling us what it is," Montgomery said. "We don't feel like this is a snake in the grass waiting for his chance to bite us," she continued. "This is somebody who's telling us this is what my plan is. Here's how I plan to execute it. They just feel like he's more relatable," Ms. Montgomery added. "They really feel like this is somebody who's talking to them and not just saying what they want to hear." President Trump took to Truth Social to express his appreciation for Ms. Montgomery's remarks. "Thank you. Together, we will make America great again," the former president wrote. Ms. Montgomery's remarks come on the heels of a series of polls indicating that black voters had sharply boosted their support for President Trump in the current election cycle. Black voters breaking for Trump.
Okay. Now we heard that the first time he ran, the second time he ran. That black voters are starting to navigate to him. They are looking to him. They want a strong leader. They want somebody who's going to help them build wealth. And then he gets on TV talking about he's going to do all this. He's going to implement this. Um, and then it came down here and said something about uh, in her interview on Fox News, Miss Montgomery said that members of the black community often face pressure not to support the former president. They feel pressure. Well, I don't pressure nobody. I just want to have a conversation. I want to learn something. I want to know, maybe you're going to tell me something I don't know. Just like when I found out my daughter supports President Trump. Well, at the time, he was president. Um, and uh, and her main support for him was the fact that he was going to do something about the immigrants. The immigrants was a big thing for her. She got she got tired of looking at these Somalians doing stuff. Come over here, build businesses. Uh, a lot of them was opening up transportation for people. They hard working people. They stick with their own kind. They get married. You don't see them out here with all these baby mama dramas and all this stuff. They get married. They stay with their wife. They raise their kids. They doing all this stuff that we black folks uh, take for granted. We don't work hard because we too busy out here partying, getting high, going to jail. And people mad at it. They think that they doing something. They get more than what they get. So, but I didn't pressure her. I would have never tried to pressure her not to support Trump. You can support whoever you want to. like it has been for the last 200 years. Whoever get voted in, that's who's in there. So it don't matter who you vote for. All that matters is who gets the most votes. Well, who gets the most electoral votes. It's crazy how you can have more votes but still don't win the presidency because you didn't get the votes in the right state, which I don't understand. If it all depends on Michigan, Iowa, or Pennsylvania, whatever, what am I voting for? But I guess because electoral votes, whatever, it's crazy. But and then she talked about, and additionally, it was a learning experience for my students because they were able to see and experience firsthand how the media can warp the perception of an opinion or a person. What? Black people? Your students, are their students black, and they don't know how to media warp a person's opinion? Oh, oh, oh my goodness. Mm. And then here we go. Mr. Neal said he initially didn't support President Trump's tough stance on immigration, but over time he come to realize that more strict border security preventing illegal immigrants from pouring into the country benefits American citizens. Okay. And I want to know, have anybody heard about this? Something that Trump was let me see. He always talking about making America great again. He was in there for 4 years. And then she talking about he's honest. See, that just shows you when you're just listening to one news station and you only get one story. Uh, hmm. That is, I can't find it. Now I can't find it. Let me see. Mark Fisher, co founder of the Black Lives Matter group in Rhode Island, told the Epoch Times in an interview in December that he publicly declared his support for the former president because he felt compelled to clear a path for other pro Trump black voters who may be reluctant to discuss their preference openly. Wow. That's what I say. That Black Lives Matter. It's just a scam. They talk about a 19% increase in black voter support. And I hear people on TV, especially black people, talking about, why some black voters will not vote for Biden, or why he's not reaching black voters. You're going to always have, just like anybody else, you're going to have some support of you and some not. Somebody feel like, he's not doing what they want him to do. That's your business. But whoever get in there, you're going to have to deal with the same mess everybody else going to have to deal with. Mm. So when you ask somebody, what did he do for the black community? He's always saying stuff like, I did more for the black community than any president besides Lincoln. How? But he doesn't go on to say what it was. I don't hear anybody saying what it was. I don't know. But I just want to, that's just one of the things that I wanted to talk about. But you know what? You know what? I read something today that I want to talk a little bit about. It's about an incident that happened in Ohio. Sad, sad. About this fatal shooting of this pregnant woman, black female, that went to a Kroger's and was accused of stealing. Her name was Takaya Young, and it had to go to the Supreme Court, Ohio Supreme Court, to order them to release the names of the two officers that shot her. This doesn't make any sense that we are that stupid. I'm not calling her stupid because we do a lot of stupid stuff. A lot of us. It is more stupid people in jail. And the cause of death of a lot of us is stupidity. Now, this woman, she's pregnant, going to Kroger's trying to steal some liquor. They have her on videotape. I don't know if she thought she was going to get away with it because she's pregnant. For one thing, they're going to be looking at you because you're pregnant and in a liquor store. And when she was confronted by the police and they tried to tell her to get out the car, she wouldn't get out the car. Now, her buddies that she was with, they didn't book, but she left. And and she's going to try to take off with the police right there. And almost hit one of the police officers, and then they started shooting her and killed her. Why? Why did she do that? And the family sued, and it went all the way to the Ohio Supreme Court, and they have been victorious because now they have to reveal who these police officers were. Now, this is just a sad situation that this woman and her child had to lose their life over what? Wouldn't you rather just go to jail and get bonded out than shot in the back? Because you know the police are going to shoot you. 9 out of 10, they're going to shoot you. And it's not worth getting shot over stealing some liquor. That is no reason to get shot. The police, that was petty as hell, but the police don't look at it like that. They're not there to evaluate whether uh, you deserve to live or not. And the police are not there to prevent you from stealing or getting shot or committing suicide, or they come after the fact. That's why it is up to us to be able to handle situations. Just like I was hearing about this one situation where this family called the police on another family member because the family member was threatening them, and they felt that they can get hurt. They felt threatened, and they called the police. And of course, the family member wind up getting shot and killed. Why do we keep doing that? Why we don't demand that they have in place some other entity that we can call instead of the police? Um, what do you do in a situation like that? You in there, you got a family member that's got a gun and threatening and all this, and you call 911. You must want that person to be killed because we know that as soon as you mention a gun, they are already dead. Yeah. And then I just heard about this one lady. Oh, I didn't mean to call her lady. A transgender was going with this football player, and he wanted to keep it secret. But she, being strong willed and everything, said, "No, I'm coming over there. No, they gonna know about me." And she go over there and wind up getting shot and killed by him. Now, this man already said he don't want nobody to know about them. Why are you going to try to force it? And you gonna go there? You gonna tell him you coming, and then you gonna come there and let him get in your car And all he want to know is, are you really going to let people know that I am messing around with a transgender? In her mind, she thinks she's a woman. No, you're not. Only in your mind. And he wound up shooting her 5 times and killing her. Why? They both was idiots. I told you about 2 idiots, maybe. Now you're going to spend the rest of your life and everybody know about it. So you didn't hide anything. If you, we are living in times where that is no big deal. And if you can't take the pressure, don't do it. And if you didn't want to take the pressure, leave town. People don't think. Now you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison around people. You're going to be, you're most likely going to be in a sexual relationship with someone in prison. And everybody knows about it now. What are these people thinking? Why are we so stupid? And just like I made another video about the 9-year old that was killed because a two group of people are shooting at each other. You are shooting at people that look like you, that has parents like you. And you know what? And someone that don't even know you wind up getting killed. A young child. And they're gonna find who did it. And the truth is gonna come out. I believe it. I believe it's gonna come out. Because the child has been killed. And I always say this, and I've been saying this for years, that when a child is killed, they need to treat it like an uh, emergency. I'm telling you, when a child is killed, I mean, you talking about somebody that ain't done nothing to even remotely go to jail or court or innocent as you can be. Uh, the city needs to shut down until they find out who did this to that child. Nobody who kills a child should be walking or breathing on this planet. That's why I hate the fact that white people are running stuff because they treat people like trash. When a child is murdered, that city needs to be shut down. Nobody should be able to operate. No drugs, no gangs, nothing should be able to operate until that person is found and imprisoned. But of course, we live in a country that it's all about money. It's all about thriving. It's all about um, who looks the best, who got the best clothes on, who got the best Gucci purse, Prada, whatever Prada make. You know, I've never been in um on these name labels because why? I mean, I know it's better material, it lasts longer, but Mm-mm. It's a shame that we couldn't enjoy a wholesome life before all this uh technology came around. I mean, if you think about it, people were, yeah, yeah, they had to struggle a little bit. They had to go get their own water. They had to grow their own food. They had to go to the outhouse to use the bathroom. Um, didn't have indoor plumbing. Didn't have television. But that was the greatest time. Um, but see, the only thing is, of course, white people's running it. So, of course, it was dangerous, nasty. But what we dealing now, and who was the criminals? White people. Majority of them was white people. Because we can go out there robbing banks. Yeah, maybe one, maybe one. We wasn't killing each other like we are now. We're not doing insane things to our children. It's crazy. It is. Because AI is now coming around. So you don't know what's true, what's not. Now I see why a lot of these movies that's coming out don't make any sense. Because they probably was written by AI. And I'm not buying, if I buy a book, I'm gonna have to make sure it's not written by AI. Because any book that's been written after I think 2019 is probably, it might be AI. And I don't want that because they have AI now that um, if you want to write something about your trip, I seen it on there. If you want to write something about your trip, all you got to do is just put in uh, keywords, and it will write the paragraph for you, make you sound real intelligent. And it just shows you with all this stuff that's going on, how many stupid people is out here. Our education system has been screwed up for, I think, since day one. Yeah, because anybody that can go on national TV and say that they think America needs a dictator, because they look at dictators and think they got it going on, because they are in power for a long time. They make a lot of money. They the country is free of a lot of the problems that we have over here, like drugs and murder and gangs and um, stuff like that. And they think a dictator is going to do that now, and they fail to realize it's been like that, okay, for hundreds of years. And then you know what comes with that? Your rights is not there. That's what comes with that. And the only reason why you have those problems over here, Arena, because it's been like that ever since America was America. Because they came over here with their drugs and their alcohol. Okay? They had their little peace pipe or whatever, but they wasn't over here getting drunk and stuff. I mean, and you know what came along with the drugs? The diseases. That's why the diseases, you need drugs. And as years went by, the drugs and the alcohol and uh, the diseases made us weaker. We may be strong with our weapons, but our minds and bodies were becoming weaker. That's why you have all these people out here saying and doing the things that they're doing. Even though they see that it's wrong, it's bad, it's unhealthy, but we still do it. The long lines at McDonald's, the long lines at the crack house, the people still buying $11 pack cigarettes. What are we going to do about it? Nothing. Because nobody wants to piss the white people off. Even the white people don't want to piss the white people off. And you know what the white people is doing? I'm gonna stop after this. They how they stay in power is that they to keep the white people in check, they cause this division between everybody. That's why they try not to make these uh that's why they try not to have people learning about just race theory, critical race theory, or woke, or diversion, or in, uh, they don't want to have people to learn about each other. They don't want people to learn about Black history because they scared. They don't want. It's crazy. It's crazy, and all the time they want us to keep thinking that white people hate Black people. No, white people hate everybody. It was a white man that killed John F. Kennedy Jr. They will kill anybody they don't like. But the only thing that's keeping black people down is black people. And yes, it was a time where it was the law of the nation to allow slavery, that allowed them to go thousands of miles to steal black people and bring them over here. It was the law. And just like any other law, it can be broken. Because laws is really only people's opinion on how you should live. And that's all. While you living. It is a paid job to create laws for your ass to follow that can send you to jail or hell or can make you rich. So, but we need to get back to wholesome living, healthy living, and we need to start protecting our future, our loved ones, our babies. Okay? And and most of all, start loving ourselves more. Because believe me, you're not loving yourself if you out there drinking, getting high, partying, drinking and driving, lying, going to jail, and we have to build up our communities. Look at what's happening to our communities: trash, corner stores everywhere, fast food restaurants everywhere. Because see, we look at the urban, the city. There's no high-paying jobs there. To get the high-paying jobs, you're gonna have to drive 40, 50 minutes and or downtown. So we need to get back into hosting holistic um, um, care, and we have to leave those religious fanatics alone. We have to get back to reading and writing, and most of all, live entertainment, and being honest with one another, and loving our children and our parents, and um, and get away from that making America great again. No, we have to make America better, and we have to live for the future because we only here for a moment. We have to live like we want to leave a better world for the ones that comes after us because they're going to be here longer than we are. Thank you for listening and have a wonderful, wonderful day. Keep the honesty coming. We have to get off that television because the only thing that they talking about, they getting paid to say what they're saying. We need honest discussions. We need more black news stations, more black journalists. We need more black people in the community that we can talk to because there's a lot of people out there that have a lot of experience that could show us the way. That's why I want to start a group for people to help our young ones. Live for the Future group. You can find it at Live for the Future Now at gmail.com or call 614-972-5832 and ask for Teresa.